Hey, Jason and Julie. Hope you're having a good day. I figured I'd do a quick little video here, give you a little bit more detail than just that dry report I sent you. So what I'll do is I'll go over your home and then look at 3 recent sales in the neighborhood and give you a good feel for what the value is currently. See here, the first section here is your home. And this is one I actually have a couple questions for you on because I'm seeing different numbers for some of these. For the square foot, for instance, the last MLS listing when you purchased the home said it was 2,518 square feet. But if I check the public records, it has it at 2,184. This happens fairly often. A lot of times what it is maybe they're not accounting for an addition. In my mind, I'm thinking that maybe this is your sunroom, that maybe that would make up for the difference. But if you could clarify on that, that'd be great. I'd say no matter what, since it was on the MLS, we would try to use this number if at all possible. Another idea is if you have the original appraisal from when you had purchased the home, the appraiser would put the square footage and they actually measure it out. So that would be handy to have. You could take a look and see if you have that in an old email or something. That'd be great. Let's see, the other discrepancy was the square footage. So the MLS listing when you purchased has it lower. The MLS had it at 0.33 of an acre, but if I check the public records, it's showing 0.456. It's a pretty significant difference on that. It'd be good to clarify, know exactly where you stand. On the square footage, that's something we can work with. On the acreage, we're definitely going to go with the larger one, the 0.4561. It's on public records, and there's no reason for us not to use that. That's good. But take that into account when you're seeing your home listed here, that it has the bedrooms, baths, square footage. I have the larger amount as of right now because I pulled that from the last MLS listing. And then the lot size isn't listed because of course discrepancy on that. But you can kind of know in your mind that this is 0.45 most likely. So you're in comparison, you can see you're in range with these. A couple of them are larger, one smaller. So then you have the 3 properties here. On Kiowa, Arrowhead Drive, and Blackhawk. And these are all different. Being the neighborhood that we have where there's a lot of different styles of homes, a lot of different updates that have been done over the years, it's difficult to pigeonhole, like to say for sure this is what your home's value is because the homes are all a little bit different. But we'll go through it and see what you think. First one here on Kiowa Drive, it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and comparable square footage. Acreage is a little bit smaller than yours. But let's take a look at the photos. So really nice curb appeal on it. They have more like a nice modern look with the white stairs, white trim. The floors look to have been refinished. And everything is nice and tidy, clean. It looks like freshly painted. The kitchen has been updated. So you can see it's got the recessed lighting, the open concept with the island comparable to yours, maybe a little smaller here. A little bit more updated countertops. That looks to be granite countertops there, stainless steel appliances, but everything's nice and fresh and clean. The cabinets are the more modern style where it goes all the way up to the ceiling instead of having that soffit that goes across. I'm going to zoom through these photos. I hope you don't mind. It can be a little disorienting, but I'll also send you the report, and on the report you can take your time and review them all. But you can see overall this has a nice finished look to it. Everything is really well done, really well kept. Bedrooms are a nice size, white trim, freshly painted. Basements, it's got the drop ceiling, very functional, very common style. I'd say this is average for a basement in the area. Part of it has the unfinished ceiling, which is also common now. You see a lot of times where it's painted either white, gray, or black. Kind of gives it a little more open feel to it, but also industrial. Office, their outdoor space is really nice. They have a fireplace here, pavers, grilling area. They did a very nice job with that, and a nice green space with some mature trees. Very normal for Arrowhead. That's that, and let's see here. So 615, that's on the higher end here. There's another one at 615. You're familiar with this, Jason. I know we spoke about it. Let's take a look at it. This is the one that sold over on the corner there on Black Hawk and Arrowhead Drive. It was a little bit busier, so you have I'd say preferred location on that. As far as the specs go, again, this does have, you know what, this is incorrect. It's 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. So this is, as far as square footage and everything else, very similar to yours. The acreage is larger, not considerable, because this is at 0.6, I believe, of an acre, and you're at 0.45, but it is a large lot. One thing that I think happened with this is this was sold as a potential teardown. It was being sold as is. It is a corner lot, which is very desirable for people who are looking to do large homes. So if they were to tear it down altogether and rebuild, or in this case, I would not be surprised that if they did a significant addition, maybe in the next year or two, because they have a lot of room to do it. And they've already put probably, I'm guessing, $400,000 into that home, updating it. What happened on this is they had it listed for sale and had a bidding war. They originally listed this at $525, and then it bid up to $615. You can kind of see how that can go. That's the ideal scenario. That's what we want to have happen here. The photos, there's not much to see here, so I'm not going to get too in depth. It's dated. This was really sold based on the lot. I mean, it's dated. Kitchen was opened up at some point in time a little bit, but these are old original cabinets and that. So, you know, this is one of those things. If you decided you want to try the private network out and list it on there for a little while and see what happens, you never know. You could find a buyer like this who just really wants to be in the neighborhood, wants the lot. He's going to take your home as is. You don't have to do any updates, and then give you, a fair price. And this is a very fair price. I mean, they overpaid for this, is my estimation. It happens. I just had a listing recently that just this happened on. And for buyers, they know they're going to live in that home for 10, 15 years, and maybe they're overpaying by $75,000 or $80,000. But at the end of the day, they get the home they want. They're in the neighborhood they want. And over the lifespan of living in that home, it's all going to come out in the wash. And when they sell, it won't make one bit of a difference. For some people, this is completely acceptable. For others, a majority of people, they're going to really look to get the fairest value they can. Anyway, that's this one. So those two are the higher comps right now in the last 12 months in the area. Then there's this one, which sold next to Brian. And this is the lower end. The father had died, and they put it on the market. They did very minimal little updates to it and put it on the market. It didn't sell right away. It was on the market for about 30 days, I think, and they lowered the price consistently. Somebody kind of got a deal on this one, I'd say. On your home, if you were to list it right now and say, we need to sell it as is, with maybe you do a little bit of cosmetic work on it, this would be the low end of the spectrum for you at $565. And we can view the photos. Nice curb appeal. The big selling point for this home was the lot. Again, this is a nice half-acre lot, really long. I think that would make it very desirable. And overall, I mean, this looks nice. This is staged, by the way. This is virtually staged. They added this furniture after the fact. This is not what it looks like, which makes a big difference. When people go in and it's just empty, it just doesn't show it like there it is, empty. It just doesn't show as well. But the virtual staging does help. Kitchen was updated, so they have more modern cabinets in that. Nice long island. Overall, I mean, I think this was a nice home that went really at a low price. I think it was because they knew it was a distressed situation and there was some things that needed work. I didn't see this one in person, but Brian did. He went over for the estate sale and he said it did not show well, that the rooms looked small. But anyway, so that's that. They had a large deck outside that needed some work. Huge lot. Let's go back here and kind of go through these here. These aren't the optimal comparables for you. I'd like to think that there's going to be some more stuff hitting the market soon. You can see the kind of the price range and how yours compares. The bedrooms, bathrooms are all comparable. The square footage and acreage is similar. There's pluses and minuses on all of these. As I said before, on the low end, I'd say the 565 with relatively as is. You'd have to do basic cosmetic stuff right now. And then on the high end, if you were to, do the repairs we talked about, cabinets in the kitchen, the door, fix the floors up a little bit, you could be at 615, and I would not be surprised if he went significantly higher. We're talking in January right now. In a couple months, the market's going to heat up, depending on what happens with interest rates. I would not be surprised if you do those improvements, we could get closer to like the 650 mark. Based on your cul-de-sac, the flow of your home and that, it just needs really cosmetic work. It's the, very standard things that happen. It's just life. Dogs scratch the doors, the kids make a mess, and all that. Anyway, my suggestion is to do those repairs. I think you'll make a lot of money on it, to be honest. Maximize it. There is very low inventory. Something I could show you here. 1 second. This is your supply. This is how many homes are currently on the market and how long it'll take to sell. This is a big indicator on whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. These numbers are specific for December, so you have to take that into account, but it can show an overall trend. For December right now, we're looking at the red is 500 to 600, the blue is 600 to 700, and the orange is 700 to 800. And for each one of those, it's showing less than 1 month's supply of inventory. That is extremely low, even for December. So what that means, this would be by far a seller's market. But anyway, we can go through more of this. Hope this helps. Talk to you soon.